invisible scars. How corporal punishment shapes personality and aggression levels. I was hit as a child, and I turned out fine. This phrase is often used to justify physical discipline. However, modern research in neuropsychology and developmental psychology suggests otherwise. Corporal punishment does not teach discipline. It alters brain architecture and lays the foundation for serious emotional struggles. 1. Impact on emotional development. The erosion of trust. The first and most profound blow is dealt to basic trust in the world. For a child, a parent is the primary source of safety. Emotional dissonance, when the end that is supposed to feed and comfort also causes pain, the child experiences intense cognitive dissonance. The world stops feeling like a safe place. Low emotional intelligence EQ. Instead of learning to identify their feelings, I am angry, I feel hurt, the child focuses solely on fear. This can lead to emotional numbness. In adulthood, self-esteem, constant physical correction instills the idea, I am bad, I deserve to be hurt. This sense of worthlessness often evolves into chronic depression and anxiety disorders. 2. The link to aggression. Social learning theory. In the last century, psychologist Albert Bandura proved the social learning theory. Children do not do what we say, they do what we do. Violence as a problem-solving tool. The child internalizes a simple model. If someone is stronger, take and use safe force to get what they want. The cycle of violence. Children who experience corporal punishment are significantly more likely to show aggression toward peers and later toward their spouses and children. It becomes a legitimate way to express anger. Lack of negotiation skills. Force replaces dialogue. The child simply fails to develop the neural pathways responsible for seeking compromise or expressing dissatisfaction verbally. 3. The biological aspect, a brain in survival mode. As discussed previously in our look at hormones, stress triggers the release of cortisol and adrenaline. If punishments are frequent, the child's brain remains in a state of constant high alert. Instead of developing the prefrontal cortex responsible for logic and self-control, the amygdala, the center for fear and aggression, becomes hyperactive. Consequently, the individual may grow up to be impulsive, struggling to control outbursts of rage because their brain was biologically wired for survival rather than reflection. 4. Discipline versus punishment. It is crucial to distinguish between these two concepts. Punishment is past-oriented, inflicting pain for what has already happened. It breeds resentment and the desire not to get caught next time. Discipline, from the Latin discipulus, pupil learner, is future-oriented. It teaches self-control, explains consequences, and provides the skills for correct behavior. Conclusion: corporal punishment is a sign of adult helplessness, not an effective educational method. While physical bruises heal quickly, the scars on emotional development are great. Difficulty building relationships and internal anxiety can last a lifetime. Breaking the cycle of violence begins with a simple realization. Respect cannot be built on fear. Let's examine how to effectively manage child disobedience. Psychologists often say the goal of discipline is to teach, not to make a child suffer. When we replace physical pain or humiliation with clear, consistent rules, the child learns responsibility instead of fear. Here are effective and humane methods of discipline that foster self-control without traumatizing the psyche. 1. Natural consequences. This is the best teacher provided by life itself. You allow the child to experience the result of their own choices, as long as it is not life-threatening. How it works. If a child refuses to wear a coat, they will feel cold. If they refuse to eat lunch, they will be hungry until dinner. The benefit. The child understands the cause and effect relationship without feeling pressured by you. You are not the punisher, but a sympathetic observer. 2. Logical consequences. When natural consequences are impossible or dangerous, parents create a logical link between the misbehavior and the result. Example: if a child spills juice because they were playing around, the logical consequence is that they must get a cloth and wipe it up. If they refuse to put away their toys, the toys go on vacation for the evening. The tres R's rule. A consequence should be are related to the behavior, are respectful in tone, and are reasonable, proportional. 3. Loss of privileges. This is the temporary removal of access to something the child enjoys. Example: since you didn't finish your homework on time, we won't be playing video games, watching cartoons tonight. Important. The loss should be brief, especially for younger children, and communicated in advance. The child should know the rules of the game before they are broken. 4. Restitution, making amends. Instead of sitting in a corner feeling resentful, the child should do something to fix the situation. This teaches empathy and accountability. Example: if a child hurts their siblings' feelings, they shouldn't just say sorry. They should do something kind for them. Draw a picture, share a favorite toy. If they break something, they help repair it or contribute a small amount from their piggy bank. 5. Time in instead of time out. In a traditional timeout, a child is isolated. To a child, this feels like, I am only wanted when I am obedient. What to do? Ask the child to sit with you to calm down. The goal: to help the child regulate the intense emotions that led to the bad behavior. Once the emotional storm has passed, you can calmly discuss what happened. 6. Offering limited choices. This gives the child a sense of control and reduces power struggles. Example: instead of go brush your teeth right now, say, would you like to brush your teeth now or in 5 minutes? Either way, the goal is achieved, but without a conflict. Key principles of healthy discipline. 1. Discipline in private. Never correct or punish a child in front of others. This causes humiliation and triggers a defensive fight or flight response rather than a learning opportunity. 2. Explain the why. Always explain the logic behind a rule. We don't run near the road because cars are big and cannot stop quickly, rather than because I said so. 3. Validate feelings. Acknowledge the child's emotions. I see you are very angry that we have to leave the park. It's hard to stop playing, but it is time to go so we can have dinner. 4. Connection before correction. If a child is having a meltdown, they cannot hear you. First, offer a hug or a calm presence. Establish a connection. Only when they are ready to listen should you discuss the behavior. Thank you for watching. We hope this was helpful and insightful. Please subscribe to our channel for more personal growth content.